Jesus. In the allegory of the Bible, Jesus overthrows the tables of the money changers. And in the Quran, the Muslims know that charging financial interest is usury. Why is this such? Because if you had a $4.5 million gold casket, like I did, earning just 5% interest, you would earn more money than the salary of a president, and you wouldn't ever have to work again. And everything that you would purchase, goods and services, would be earned from money begetting money, and therefore essentially make everybody else your slave. That's what financial interest does to people. It turns people into slaves, and everybody, but you were forewarned to be rewarded with a false prophet. That's the Bible being fulfilled right now. And then what else? 9/11. 3 days Jesus rose in time after those Twin Towers fell, left September 14th, which left 110 days left in the calendar year. This state with sin, calling the Spanish meaning with, was founded on 4/20 of 1836, 4/20 normally being the 110th day of the calendar year. 110 stories to each of those World Trade Centers. If you subtract, one of those World Trade Centers was 1,368 feet. If you subtract President 45 trumpets feet from that, you get 1323 feet. As in 1323 AD, the year of the Shroud of Turin, the image of Jesus that the Catholics possess, and 1323 BC, when I was well mummified in 3 caskets. See what's going on here? In 1939, the trumpets of Tutankhamen were broadcast across the globe via the BBC, 17 years after the rediscovery of the tomb back on November 4th, 1922. It has now been 17 years since 9/11. 17 years trumpets, 17 years the Trumpets administration. Here in Milwaukee, if you break that apart into 3, you'll get Milwaukee. Put the key next to the mill, you get Milky Wa, the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy that we're going over the plane right now while we're in the state with sin, Wisconsin. You could take the Virgin Mary out of Virginia, Maryland, that were right next to each other, and you get IA land, as in Iowa, the symbol of Iowa. Iowa, a lot of national debt land, which is where I was reincarnated to Marina Joseph, right there in Ames, Iowa, which I am now presently as old as the federal highway that runs through my bird town. I, 35 years old. And right now, the Shroud of Turin teaches you can identify people by their image lifetime to lifetime. Therefore, you can compare my face to the death mask from 3,341 years ago. And you can compare Pharaoh Akhenaten's face and his family to the faces of the Obamas. For indeed, President Obama is Pharaoh Akhenaten, reincarnated, just as he was once a white pope, Pope Leo XIII. And then if you look at President Trump, you'll see that he was formerly General Patton, who reincarnated within 5 months. It doesn't take a whole 9 months to reincarnate, okay? That is, that life does not begin at conception. Indeed, we do, in fact, reincarnate. And that he is a Pharaoh Mosey. You see, President Trump, President Obama, and Tutankhamen are all family. That's the biblical part. Now, you notice how Pharaoh Mosey received commandments after seeing some burning bushes, right? Well, we had a couple of burning bushes for presidents. I mean, now Presidents 41 and 43 are burning bushes. Just as we have federal highways I-41 and I-43 that run through town, and it was Bush Sr. who died at age 94, just as we have federal highway I-94 that also runs through Milwaukee. Therefore, absolute proof that everything about the United States was biblical, and that there does indeed exist this thing called the Akashic Records, for which the Holy Spirit is able to look and look back at Satan and his fallen angels, his children, that were stranded there on the lost continent of Atlantis, otherwise known as Antarctica, buried underneath 40 days with the Noah's flood, turned into 32 degrees of Freemasonry's snow and ice, that is Antarctica, where 3 very big UFOs known as the Nina, the Pinta, and Santa Maria, whom were all executed by the Holy Spirit this most recent Christopher Columbus Day, and sent backwards in time to learn their lessons as humans once again, and them having failed, of course. The Holy Spirit then draws up a list and hands it over to Pharaoh Mosey, on whom these individuals are, for them to receive final judgment as we're going over the galactic plane and have a good shot of sending